This video is inspired by this rose in my front yard. Hope you enjoy. So I'll be whispering some stories about roses and reading some poems about rose. This first story is called Rose for Mother. A man stopped at a flower shop to order some flowers to be wired to his mother, who lived 200 miles away. As he got out of his car, he noticed a young girl sitting on the curb, sobbing. He asked her what was wrong, and she replied, "I wanted to buy a red rose for my mother, but I only have 75 cents, and a rose costs $2. The man smiled and said, "Come on in with me. I'll buy you a rose." So he bought the little girl her rose and ordered his own mother's flowers. As they were leaving, he offered the girl a ride home. She said, "Yes, please. You can take me to my mother." So she directed him to a cemetery, where she placed the rose on a freshly dug grave. The man returned to the flower shop, canceled the wire order, picked up a bouquet, and drove 200 miles to his mother's house. So this story is really sweet, except one problem. The girl shouldn't have, followed the man and told him that she needed a ride, because, you're not supposed to talk to strangers, and he could have brought her to who knows where. But it's just a story, and what the story is trying to tell us is that life is short, and we should spend as much time as we can loving and caring about the people who love you, and enjoy each moment with them before it's too late, because there's nothing more important than family or close friends. Okay, so the second story is called The Proud Red Rose. One beautiful spring day, a red rose blossomed in a forest. Many kinds of trees and plants grew there. As the rose looked around, a pine tree nearby said, "What a say what beauty is. You have thorns too. The proud red rose looked angrily at the pine and said, I thought you had good taste. You do not know what beauty is at all. You cannot compare my thorns to that of the cactus. What a proud flower, thought the trees. The rose tried to move its roots away from the cactus, but it could not move. As the days passed, the red rose would look at the cactus and say insulting things like, You useless plant, how sorry I am to be your neighbor. The cactus never got upset, and he even advised the rose, saying, God did not create any form of life without a purpose. Spring passed, and the weather became very warm. Life became difficult in the forest as the plants and animals needed water and no rain fell. The red rose began to wilt. One day, the rose saw sparrows stick their beaks into the cactus and then fly away refreshed. This was puzzling, and the red rose asked the pine tree what the birds were doing. The pine tree explained that the birds got water from the cactus. Does it not hurt when they make holes? Asked the rose. Yes, but the cactus does not like to see any birds suffer, replied the pine. The rose opened its eyes in wonder and said, The cactus has water? Yes, you can also drink from it. The sparrow can bring water to you if you ask the cactus for help. The red rose felt too ashamed of its past words and behavior to ask for water from the cactus. But then it finally did ask the cactus for help. The cactus kindly agreed, and the birds filled their beaks with water and watered the rose's roots. Thus the rose learned a lesson and never judged anyone by their appearance again. Now I'm going to read some poems about roses. So this first poem is called The Rose by George H. Miles. I am weary of the garden, said the rose, for the winter winds are sighing, all my playmates round me dying. just at twilight's failing, as the whip-poor-will was wailing to the moon. But I hear the storm winds stirring in their lair, and I know they soon will lift me in their giant arms and sift me into ashes as they drift me through the air. So I pray them in their mercy just to take from my heart of hearts, or near it, the last leaving leaf, and bear it to her feet, and bid her wear it for my sake. Laughing Rose by William Henry Davies. If I were gusty April now, how I would blow at Laughing Rose. I'd make her ribbons slip their knots, and all her hair come loose. If I were merry April now, how I would pelt her cheeks with showers. I'd make carnations rich and warm of all her vermilion flowers. Since she will laugh in April's face, no matter how he rains or blows, then oh, that I wild April were, to play with Laughing Rose. And if you reached this far, I'd like to thank you so much.